Happy Monday, guys. How are you?
Hi, happy
Doing
Monday.
great, Kurt. Ready to go.
Yeah.
Damon, how was your weekend, dude?
It was good. It was
In-
good.
Interesting to say the least, right?
Yes.
Not a typical weekend, but a
A
weekend. How's
good
that?
one. It's a good one.
Paula, my dear friend, thank you for joining us
Yeah,
today. How was your
absolutely.
weekend? How was your
It
weekend?
was good. It was busy, and then Sunday we just had a really fun dinner with family, and it's always nice to have the kids out and play games and eat some
Yep.
good food.
Man, I tell you, you're all about family, and I just absolutely
Yeah.
love that. You're always such an
Very cool.
inspiration. So I'm
Thanks. Oh,
super grateful that you're here today. We're going to
yeah.
dive in. We're going to talk about some strategic planning from a digital marketing standpoint. In particular, we're diving into like our digital marketing game plan,
Mhm.
right? And this is primarily for like B2B companies, industrial companies, manufacturers. But so many manufacturers really struggle with that digital marketing blueprint, where to start. Paula, not to put you on a spot, but just like what are some challenges that you see? You work with all sorts of different manufacturers.
Yeah.
What are some of the common challenges that you see when they're trying to get a marketing plan started?
I think the most challenging that I've noticed in all our clients and the clients I've worked with is their marketing teams are small, usually one person, and or they are outsourcing their marketing.
Mhm.
So you kind of have a twofold problem. One is either you're the solo marketer or a very small marketing team and you just don't know where to start. Maybe you're coming into a business who's been around for a while and they're just now starting their marketing efforts and they just don't know where to start. Like, where do you begin? And then the flip side of that, the people who maybe are outsourcing their marketing is like, how do you get them to understand who you are, what you do, what problem you're solving, and who you're solving it for, while also keeping it all cohesive and the same message across all your departments? And if you have kind of multiple marketing outsourcing, like how do you get them on the same page?
Mhm.
Those are the two challenges I've noticed.
Yeah, that's a great point because sometimes you have an agency that does it all, but then other times you've got agencies that specialize.
Yeah.
And so, like this company might be doing pay per click, this company might be doing the social, this company might be doing
Email,
website. Yeah,
website.
yep.
Yeah.
And it's
Yep.
like, how do you get everybody on the same
Yeah.
page? And I think it's human nature. I'll speak for myself. Sometimes you get a little territorial, or hey,
You
this is
do.
my thing. Don't blame my
Yeah.
sandbox. Damon, what are your thoughts as far as like what are some common challenges you see just kind of getting that footprint started?
Well, I think from an executive standpoint, we got a lot of business executives and manufacturers and industrial companies that aren't familiar with marketing, right? And they don't understand where to start. And like Paula said there, and you were saying, there's so many ways.
Mhm.
And what I see often is they may have gotten connected somehow with a web development service or a
Mhm.
Google Ads business or somebody else doing email marketing
Mhm.
without really understanding why we are doing what we are doing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And the number one concern with an executive in one of these companies is, am I making a poor decision? Am I making the
Mhm.
right decision? And
Yeah.
I think that
Yeah.
the digital strategy and really understanding why, what, how, and what we're doing right now and why we're doing it, not so much what we're doing, but understanding where we're going gives them that mental path of these are the things that we need to do to get there. And it's so critical because otherwise I'm going to be sitting here, and we've seen this, Kurt, before, where we're talking to somebody and they've said, well, we've been spending X thousands of dollars a month with a Google Ads company and we're really not getting much from it. And you go and look at their digital presence, you look at everything else, and you just go, no wonder if I've got Google Ads that are driving to my website or my whatever, and it looks like heck, and it's not set up right, it doesn't speak to the customer,
Yeah.
it's not right for the right audience they're trying to track, they just die, and it's wasted money. And that's where this blueprint is. The strategic blueprint is so
Yeah.
critical because it gives everyone that guiding light.
Yeah, and I think also what you were just saying too, Damon, one thing that struck out to me is like that message, like the head has their message that they want to do, but how do you get people to sign on to your message and to your goal together, unified?
Yes.
And you almost have like play a territorial game between sales, marketing, your outsourcing
Yep.
companies, and it's like, how do you get everyone on the same page to say like, hey, we are still working on the same team, regardless of what department you're in?
Mhm.
That is a huge thing. And actually, I was talking with a sales coach, earlier this year, and he was saying the same thing. It was like, hey, the that overall strategy and everybody being on the same page is so critical, and it doesn't happen as often as it should.
Yeah, I love that. So, all right, let's dive in. Okay, so we talked about some of the challenges that are common out there. Let's dive into some of the solutions, right? So, a great starting point is, hey, shamelessly, we'd like to say the digital game plan, right, Paula? So,
yeah, absolutely.
that hey, so my mom says, she says like, hey, this digital, I don't know a thing about marketing, but this, I'm just, so, but we'll dive into digital game plan. So let me pull up an example. And so I have a company here that, I think as entrepreneurs, we're probably familiar with Inc. magazine. I don't know about you. I'm an Inc. magazine junkie. Absolutely love Inc. Been following it for decades. Damon, we had the editor in chief on Inc. on the show twice. I've actually met him in person, our dear friend Scott. And so, Paula, let's talk about like one of the starting points that you like to dive into when you're working with a client. Where's a good place to start?
I think this is actually a really good space to start, is like your strengths versus the so what. And I think this really just helps you to look at your business and start to really define it down to the very basics of like, what are your strengths? What are those opportunities that you could be, those areas that need improvement or you're excelling at? And then like, what is it that you're lacking? And I think that this really just getting to know your business. Sometimes we start off with this lofty idea or we start working in our business, but we never take the time to really sit down, like, okay, really sit down and say, okay, what are we doing? And then how are we doing it well? What are our problem areas? And what areas are we missing that we should be attacking?
Yep. Absolutely love it. Damon, what would you like to add?
No, I think I agree with Paula here. This is a great starting point because until you understand your strengths and your opportunities and your so what too, the things you want to take off your website or not be talking about, you really don't understand your unique value proposition well enough.
And who's going to be the best one to be receptive to that message.
Right.
Yep.
Right. And so what we'd like to do, so for our friends out there, you're familiar with the little SWOT analysis, right? Strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Well, hey, guess what? When you hang out with us, you have no threats. You have no weaknesses, right, Damon? Those failures are like long, they don't exist. We just want to focus on your core strengths and opportunities. And then so what, just like, hey, where are there opportunities for improvement? So looks like, hey, we've got a couple comments here. Let's
nice.
Hey, Damon, what's Brandon saying here?
Hey, Brandon. How do you feel AI plays into marketing as a manufacturer? Can you get a playbook or guide to what you focus on using AI tools?
That's a good question.
Definitely, Brandon.
Yeah.
We heavily recommend understanding AI and using it because it's not going to, make you any smarter, but it sure makes your ideas come to life a lot easier. That's if I don't know, Kurt, Paula use it a lot more, but it is definitely a great tool.
Yeah. Go ahead,
Paula, go ahead. What would you add to that?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely am always cautious with AI because I definitely I always want to lean towards more human interaction. But the goal is that AI has its benefits, like most tools and most technology out there. There's going to be good and bad out of it, and usually it stems from us humans, how we're utilizing it. But in particular, like if you're going to use AI, there's definitely some really good benefits for manufacturers to use in their marketing. The trick is, or the goal is that you don't rely on it so much that you let it do all the work for you without you as the human person behind the keyboard, the prompts, the usage of it. You don't want to eliminate your human factor into helping to tweak that message that you're using the AI tool for. So there's definitely room and space for it. It's just how heavily you're relying on it. You don't want to leave it be your crutch. You want it to be your thinking partner, your collaborative partner, especially if you are a small one or a very small marketing team. You want to make sure that that's going to be your extra help.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Absolutely. All right, Damon, what other comments we got here? Hey, I see our friend Kyler's in the house. Dude, what a great conversation Friday, man.
Yeah, that was awesome.
This guy gave a masterclass, Paula, on email marketing. I tell you, you two would geek out. So, Kyler, thanks for the conversation Friday. First-time listener or long-time listener, first-time caller. Love it. He says, hey, how do you balance internal gut feel on understanding this versus getting in front of customers to get this info? How do you balance internal gut feel on understanding this versus getting in front of customers to get this info? What do you guys think?
Go ahead, Paula.
Oh, I was just saying there's always room for your gut feeling, right?
Yeah.
And you know your customers. If you've actually dove into what your strengths and opportunities are, you've taken a look at who you're trying to target, you understand the problem you're solving and how you're solving it, and you have a gut feeling, that's okay to have gut feelings. There's always space to have a balance of like, hey, let's try it because I have a gut feeling about this. And the flip side of this, like, well, let's also do what we know is working, has worked for us before. And hopefully that answers the question if I understood it correctly.
Yeah. And I would agree. Your salespeople that are out there talking to customers every day know a lot of things that you can uncover by talking with them. They've gotten, they've gotten rejection, they've gotten high fives. It's you need to understand those things.
Hey, that's covering up Paula. So sorry about that, Paula. Let's switch things around. I'll put me down here, and then we can cover me up. Damon, what does Pavan? Happy Monday, dude. Thank you for the comments, guys. Keep the questions coming. Damon, what's Pavan say here?
Pavan, thanks for the comment. Damon and Kurt, many of us are sellers navigating the industrial space without owning the production line. As someone building a goods-based business from the ground up, what is the most overlooked digital strategy for sellers who want to scale globally while still owning the customer journey? Well, this one, Kurt, I do have a fair amount of experience with because I've got a longtime customer or client friend after so many years that is a reseller. And when you don't own that journey, I mean, you still have to understand your products and services and your customers the same way. And really get, as we always say, understand that soulmate's journey and answer those questions. Don't you think, Kurt?
Absolutely, 100%. Paula, what would you add to that comment for Pavan?
Yeah, I think it's not something that I have too much experience with, but yeah, I agree. Like you're even though you're maybe a reseller and you're selling for someone else, you still have a message to carry with what you're doing. And so I couldn't agree anymore with what Damon is saying is, just continue to know what your core message is as the reseller, because you're still, even though you're selling a product for someone else or, you're being the conduit for it, you still have your own identity and you're still solving a problem, even though that problem is coming through someone, the solution is coming from someone else, from somewhere else.
Yep.
Yeah, I totally agree. One of the big things that I would add is, hey, shamelessly, did you guys see our digital game plan? So we have this little software tool that we use with our clients that we absolutely love. And then we were talking about diving into your core strengths. What are you absolutely best at? And Pavan, so one of the things is we love to emphasize is who's your ideal customer? We call them soulmates. And when you really dive in and understand that core customer, so like, we're constantly talking about like, hey, what are their frustrations? What are their motivations? And down here, where are they hanging out at? So I think this might be an opportunity for us to dive into like, so if the question is, what's the most overlooked strategy for sellers who want to scale globally? I think if it came down to one thing, it is I'm huge on referral partners. How can you create referral partners? So the thing is, if in this case here, so like this is a buyer persona, the ICP, who on the planet is selling products that are similar to you? Now do I have a lamp in here? So if I had a lamp, it's over there. I won't grab it. But if I had a lamp, I would say like, hey guys, we're selling lamps. So who sells the light bulbs? Who sells the lampshades? Who sells the nightstand? Who sells everything else that around it that supports that lamp that I could collaborate or create connections with? And so that's one thing that I would add. Damon, anything from that standpoint? What are your thoughts?
No, I think that's a really good. The referral partners are always a great source. I mean, it is because you can help them and they can help you. It's a great reciprocal relationship where you're both helping each other go. And that's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Paula, what would you add?
Yeah, I was just going to add, like, when you have something that like this, like the digital game plan, where it lays out everything you want to do, everyone you're tackling, who your business is, it actually helps you also partner with those referral network better and helps you stay true to the message the core message, right? Even if you you go globally, you scale. Because sometimes when you grow too big or you just continue to grow bigger, you can lose who you are in that message because you're trying to attain or grab something higher and more loftier, maybe. So having this like your foundation, you can always come back to it to always double give you that gut check. Like, okay, are we still on the same path? Are we growing out of our britches? Do we need to change up something to realign with our new direction that we're going? So having something like the digital game plan, it really helps you to focus that message too continuously, even if you're going globally, nationally, locally, however you're growing. Your core message helps you keep your core message the same throughout that process.
Yeah, I absolutely love that. And just kind of add, so if you guys are just joining us, hey, thanks for joining us. We've got our dear friend Paula Santana in the house here. She's a marketing guru. And we're talking about, so our friend Pavan says, if you had one digital marketing strategy, and we're talking about the referral network. So this is our digital game plans, and what it's doing is pulling information on Inc. magazine. So like, who would be referral partners for Inc. magazine? And this is a great list here, because you go down this list, U.S. Chamber of Commerce, National Small Business Association, SBDCs, which are a great resource. So again, like how can, women, National Association of Women Business Owners, Young Entrepreneurial Council. So when I think about like, who are folks that I want to play in the same sandbox with, because we're delivering value, we're delivering great information. The last thing, Damon, that I would love to add is out teach the competition. I think that's a great tip for Pavan. When we say out teach the competition, how would you define that?
Well, it's educating your soulmate customers, your ideal customers, and just so they feel comfortable about the buying decision, right? Because there is our biggest competitor in most service companies or even product companies is no decision at all, right? Yes. Because you could be you could be looking at something and the decision to buy or the decision to stay the same is a big deal. So making that really comfortable for somebody is so important, because they want to know when they give you that money that they're going to receive the benefit that they really need at that point. And the more you can make that decision comfortable, the better off you're going to be.
Yeah. Paula, anything that you want to add to that?
No, I think you said it right. I mean, it shows you that you are an expert, but more so that you're willing to partner with that person you're trying to reach, the buyer, and that you are along the journey with them. You're not just selling them something. Like, yeah, ultimately you are selling them something or a product or a service, but you're doing it consciously knowing that you are there to help walk them through it and get them a solution that they're feeling for that pain that they're feeling. And so it builds that trust. It leans to that trust building and confidence, like, hey, these people have a solution for me, and they're the right people. It also brings a human element to it, right? Especially with AI and all that going on these days. It gives you a face.
Yep. And that's the thing, like use AI here, for example, build out that list. Who would be a referral network? Use AI to help you build that referral network. You can even use AI to help you with maybe some messaging, but man, roll up your sleeves and start creating those one-on-one relationships. You mentioned the buyer journey, customer journey. Now, our little tagline, we'd like to say, hey, you know what? Instead of helping someone buy, how about we dedicate ourselves to helping them be successful? And same thing, but just a little bit of a more positive twist, right? And so we call it the Soulmate Success Path. And so and we'll do a deeper dive here in a couple of weeks on this one. But what this tool does is it shows the 5 steps of the Soulmate Success Path. Damon, what do you want to add?
Yeah, this is really important to understand your buyer journey and the things that they're thinking about, the questions they have at each point, to be able to, like you say a lot, Kurt, and we believe in, is educate. Educate your customer to allow them to make these decisions and make comfortable and decisions. Because again, it all comes down to the fact of the more you make a decision easy to make, yes or no, because you want them to make no too if it's not the right choice. But the more you can make it easier, the better off you are.
Absolutely. So, hey, we've got another comment here. We've got Beya. Am I pronouncing? I like that name, right, David? What's Beya say to us today?
Running the Google ads, Meta ads will cost $10 to $15 per real click, but the comment is using referral strategy, right? So, what do you say on it? I think that this is it. When you're in a B2B company, the clicks might be an additional part once you've got everything else working. But you're right. You can spend thousands of dollars on clicks that don't really turn into what you want. And if you have the right referral strategy, I mean, because, you know, we've got clients now, they've got some strong referral relationships with large national companies. That might get you all you really want. You can handle, you know, with the right relationships. And that's the thing. And the Google ads are expensive, and even, you know, it's just something you really have to understand is are there referral relationships first, because that helping each other, like we talked, is so much better for long-term growth, I believe.
Paula, what do you want to add?
I would just say, yeah, I mean, those paying for those clicks it can work for your benefit, but they only also work if you understand who you're targeting. So if you don't know who you're targeting and you don't know the questions or solutions, you could end up spending money that is actually just being thrown out there in the hopes of, like, I hope that they're going to come to me, that I'm actually going to get in front of the right people. So you have to actually, there has to be a foundation for that, for targeting the right ads, creating the right ads. So yeah, it goes back to your foundation. You have to know first what you're doing.
Awesome.
Yeah. But yeah, phenomenal question. Thank you so much for joining us today. Deeply appreciate everyone here today, and love the question, because like for ads, I'd say like people that have that down to a science, I mean, they've got it down to a system where you can make a great business, incredible return on investment when you're strategic, right? When you're diving into that core customer, when you're really specific and intentional with like keywords, key phrases, or where are they hanging out. Another thing is like building that community, right? You can use social media, you can use Facebook, you can use those paid ads to help as you're building that community and out teaching the competition. So excellent question. Hopefully we covered that one. I think we had another one here from our dear friend Kyler. So Kyler says,
this is a great one.
What's you got, Damon?
This is a great one from Kyler Nixon. How do you fight the internal approach of we sell to a lot of people, basically just refusal to name an ideal customer because they think they serve everyone? Oh, I'm just going to repeat what Kurt Anderson says here many times. If you try to sell to everyone, you basically are selling to no one.
Yep.
And just look at your copy, just look at your outreach, look at everything. And if you're not succinct, dialed in on your ideal customer for that, you are not speaking to the ideal customer the way you could.
I tell you, and I will be the first to say it's not easy, and we do it. And so Damon and I just literally a couple weeks ago, what we did is we put together a collage. We took all of our clients.
Yep.
We like to bucket our clients by bases in a baseball diamond. We have we love all of our clients, don't we, Paula? We love every single one of them.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
But we've got singles, we got doubles, we got triples, we have home runs, right? And so what we did is we put a collage and we took a step back and we looked at everybody, because when you see, if you could take all your clients physically, if you own a retail store, they're in person, right? And if you had a store, you can see everybody together, and you're like, well, what's a common thing? Is there a certain age? Are they wearing certain clothes? Are they rooting for the same sports team? Like, where's a common thread? What social media are they hanging out at? And so when you can look at your customers, so Kyler, we were geeking out about this on Friday, and you use that line, the riches are in the niches. And so try to niche down, encourage your client to step back and say, hey, list out your clients. You know, when Kyler, you're killing it with your email solutions, you know, tell your customers, say, hey, list out some of your customers. Let's take a look at them and see if there's some common threads. Paula, what do you want to add?
Yeah, I mean, there could be an argument for reaching out, trying to reach a broader audience, because you never know where your client could, your ideal client could be coming from at times. But it should be a very small sliver. You really should be talking to the people that you're trying to sell to, because they're your ideal buyers. But ultimately, they're the ones who are actually going to hit the buy button. They're actually going to give you a purchase order. They're going to say, yes, I need your product. I need your service. And if you're talking to everybody and you're not talking to me specifically and you have a solution for me, how am I going to know that if you're not speaking to me, or you're not speaking my language, you're not hanging out where I'm hanging out? I'm not going to know you exist, because you're going to be lost in the void of everything out there in the world. So it is hard to sometimes sell that to clients, because it feels almost like you're losing opportunity to capture someone's attention, and the possibility. But it also leans to the where you're qualifying your client, your buyer. Right. You don't want to sell to everybody. Sure, you could be targeting a single, but is that really pushing your goals further, or helping you to reach your goals faster or better, or actually attain what you're looking for? it may not be. Maybe you need to be spending more time on getting those home runs. We actually had a client who came to that realization in this process. They were like, oh my gosh, we've been spending too much time on these people instead of the ones over here who are going to move the dial for us, or going to make a difference, whether that's in revenue, projects, profits, whatever it is that your goal is. So it's it's you got to know who you're buying. You should be selling to the person you're looking to buy from you.
Yep.
Absolutely love it. So, hey, I know we've got to wrap up, man. We're good. Hey, Brandon says, let it be a partner, not the lead source. Gotcha. Thanks for your thoughts. Brandon, again, thank you. If you have any questions, please drop us a note. Connect with Damon on LinkedIn. Please connect with Paula on LinkedIn. I would be honored to connect with myself. Also, hey, we've got a comment here from our friend Damon. Check this one out.
Hello, I am Rupak from India. Your class is interesting. Thanks, Rupak. Appreciate you dropping the comment and glad you're enjoying it.
Absolutely. So, guys, we're going to wrap up. We need to, first off, huge thank you, number one. Number two, how about a big round of applause for Paula Santana for absolutely crushing it for us today. So, Paula, thank you for sharing your passion, your expertise.
Thank you for having me.
We appreciate you more than you can possibly imagine.
Yeah.
And, guys, drop us a note. And also connect with myself, Damon, or go to b2btail.com. We have an amazing and incredible weekly newsletter that's produced by this wonderful woman up here, and it's called The Secret Sauce. So if you're looking for the secret sauce, stop by either one of our LinkedIn profiles, go to B2B Tail, please sign up, and you'll get juicy barbecue every Thursday, right? From the secret sauce, Paula.
That smoky goodness.
Oh my goodness.
Team effort.
Like, it's lunchtime here, Damon, and yeah. And then lastly, we have a free digital game plan. If you want to stop by B2B Tail, and you would get your free copy as well. We'll be back here Friday. We have, it's Halloween, Damon. What are you dressing up as?
You'll see.
All right, guys, we'll be back on Friday on Halloween for a special edition of Stop Being the Best Kept Secret. So go out there, keep crushing it, and just be someone's inspiration, just like our dear friend Paula. And you two will make the world a better place. We will see you guys. God bless. We'll take care. And
bye, everyone.
See you, everyone.
See ya.